Jean Velos was a dancer known for the Lindy Hop she performed in movies, including Swing Fever. She died at her home in Los Angeles at the age of 98. January 25, 2023. Velos grew up swing dancing with her brothers and friends and became famous when she was a teenager. She won a dance contest in Hollywood, the prize at which was a Screen Actors Guild card and a part in a movie. Velos demonstrated Lindy Hop in the 1944 short film Groovy Movie, and she was the lead dancer in the 1943 film Swing Fever. At least 7 people were killed, and another was injured, in a series of shootings in Half Moon Bay, California, on Monday afternoon. The shootings took place at 2 different mushroom farms. Here are the names of those who died. Yetao Bing, 43. Qizhong Cheng, 66. Jingzi Liu, 64. Zhishan Liu, 73. Marciano Martinez Jimenez, 50. Jose Romero Perez, 38. Aixiang Zhang, 74. Jesse Lemonier was a linebacker for the Los Angeles Chargers and Detroit Lions. Died at the age of 25. Lemonier played college football for Liberty University. In 2020, he signed with the Chargers as an undrafted free agent. He played several games with the team before being waived and joining the Lions in 2021. There, he played 7 games with 15 tackles and 1.5 sacks. In the 2023 XFL Draft, Lemonier was chosen by the Arlington Renegades, but he went to the USFL instead. He signed with the Houston Gamblers but was traded to the Birmingham Stallions. Lance Kerwin was an actor who starred in the 1970s TV drama, James at 15 Inches and the miniseries, Salem's Lot. He died in San Clemente, California, at the age of 62. January 24, 2023. Kerwin was best known for the acclaimed 1977-78 single-season drama, James at 15. The influential series was renamed, James at 16 Inches mid-season when Kerwin's title character turned 16. After the series was cancelled, he landed the lead role in the 1979 miniseries, Salem's Lot, based on the book by Stephen King, playing a young man who becomes a vampire hunter. Polo Polo was one of the most popular Mexican comedians with international recognition. He died in his home of natural causes at the age of 78. January 23, 2023. Born Leopoldo Roberto Garcia Peláez Benítez, Polo Polo began performing comedy in small Mexican clubs in his youth after several years in his family's shoe business. When he began performing in larger venues and recording his performances for live albums, he became known for his crude humor. This humor was especially evident in his series, Son para Adultos, It's for Adults. Polo Polo's comedies usually could not be heard on the radio because of the vocabulary he used, but his albums still sold large copies and brought fans to his shows. Carol Sloan was a jazz singer who had a meteoric career in the 1950s and 60s before rock became the dominant style of popular music. She died at a senior center in Stoneham, Massachusetts, of complications from a stroke at age 85. January 23, 2023. Sloan began singing in nightclubs in the late 1950s before performing at the Newport Jazz Festival in 1961. That performance was her breakthrough, bringing her widespread attention, but it came at a bad time in music history. Audiences were moving away from jazz and focusing on rock and roll. Sloan released only 2 albums in the early 1960s, Live at 30th Street and Out of the Blue, after which her early career took a downturn. J. Richard Stedman was an orthopedic surgeon who treated elite athletes and pioneered new methods of knee surgery. He died at his home in Vail, Colorado, at the age of 85, on January 25, 2023. From the beginning of his career, Steadman practiced sports medicine, and his specialty was helping athletes recover quickly from injuries so they could return to competition as soon as possible. As chief physician for the U.S. ski team in the 1970s, he introduced a new protocol for recovering from knee surgery. Previously, patients wore a cast for weeks after surgery, leaving the joint immobile. Instead, Steadman had his patients quickly begin physical therapy after surgery, including knee flexion, and this new technique led to a faster and more complete recovery. Lloyd Morrisett was one of the creators of the Children's Television Workshop and the classic children's television show Sesame Street. He died at the age of 93 on January 23, 2023. Trained in experimental psychology, Morrisett began working for the Carnegie Corporation in 1959, working on early childhood education. The first spark of the Sesame Street idea arose in 1966 when he noticed how his young daughter was fascinated by television, and how easily she remembered commercial jingles, even at the age of 3. He wondered if her fascination could be put to good use, using television to teach young children and give them a good foundation of fundamentals before they started kindergarten. Among Morissett's invaluable contributions was securing funding from the Carnegie, the Ford Foundation and other sources. Sal Piro was the founder of the Rocky Horror Picture Show fan club and a major figure in establishing the cult classic status. He died at his home at the age of 71 on January 21, 2023. The Rocky Horror Show premiered in 1975. But midnight screenings at New York's Waverly Theater began the road to cult classic status. Piro was one of the superfans who attended these midnight screenings, adding elements of audience participation that became an important part of the film's ritualistic viewing experience. Some of the answers to the film's dialogue, which were shouted out by the audience, were originally created by Piro, and he also helped shape the concept of the floor show. He founded the Rocky Horror Picture Show fan club in 1977 and remained its president until his death. Jean Velos was a dancer known for the Lindy Hop she performed in movies, including Swing Fever. She died at her home in Los Angeles at the age of 98. January 25, 2023. Velos grew up swing dancing with her brothers and friends and became famous when she was a teenager. She won a dance contest in Hollywood, the prize at which was a Screen Actors Guild card and a part in a movie. Velos demonstrated Lindy Hop in the 1944 short film Groovy Movie, and she was the lead dancer in the 1943 film Swing Fever.